Hey, this is Russ. Time to get back on the trails. Yeah. Today, I am not riding the streets. I am riding the bike trails. And we're going to take a trail we haven't been on for a while. So we'll go back on it. Now, you might have noticed that I actually have this little badge. Can you see that? Let me angle here a little bit. Can you see that? I'm kind of standing up. I wanted to find out how long it would take before somebody would notice that, and our subscriber Dan noticed it, and he asked me, "What is that thing?" Well, that's a Russ's Right business card. Yeah, my friend Stacy designed it for me. I put one together. He didn't like it, so he made one for me. Yeah, it looks like the YouTube screen when you're on the screen. Anyways, I figured it had a little see-through plastic pocket on the vest. I might as well put something there, so that's what I stuck in there. All right, let's see. We're gonna have to go down this thing here. They tell you to walk down it, but I've always ridden down it. That's a lot of turns, that's why. Turns and you're going down a hill. One of these days when this camera's running, you'll probably see me fall. Hopefully you're not looking forward to that. I'm not looking forward to it at all. All right. I took a photo over here once. I'll put this photo up here so you can take a look at it. Morning. Semi-response. Let's try this one. Morning. Semi-response. You don't get a response from everybody, but sometimes you do. All right, let's try this lady. Morning. No response. Of course, she did have earbuds on, so she probably didn't hear anything. All right. This is the general area that I was at when we saw those two deer running. Maybe we'll be lucky to see something again today. But I'm going to go off of this area and go into the other area that you're familiar with before. You know, I've been seeing a lot of these red-winged blackbirds lately out here on the trail. And I saw a notice that said some of these birds are kind of aggressive. Morning. That's a nice lady. She said hello and good morning to me. All right, let's see. I think we go down this way here. Yeah, some people will say hello to you, some people won't. Okay, I think we take a right. Go over this bridge. Yeah, this is a narrow bridge. I mentioned that once during one of my videos. I said, "Are these bridges narrower than they should be?" And the sign does say narrow bridge. So apparently it's more narrow than some of the others. Anyways, today is Friday, and temperature right now is about maybe 72 degrees. I can feel the sun hitting me. You may have noticed that I have gotten a lot darker since riding the bike, so the suntan is definitely happening here. Now, I know some people like suntanning. I don't particularly like it because if you overdo it, you can end up with skin cancer. It's just the facts of how it is. So really you try to avoid it as much as possible, and I don't really like putting on sunscreen and stuff like that in the morning. And so I don't usually put it on, and that's why I probably get darker. I don't know if sunscreen really stops you from tanning, but it cuts down UV rays and things like that. And I don't like putting that stuff on, so I don't do it. And I've been going mostly in the mornings, which I think is a little bit less harsh than if you were not doing it in the morning. Thank you. Good morning. All right. night. So yeah, a lot more people out right now. Let's go through this way. Sometimes I do that to pass people. Sometimes I'll go up on the grass instead, especially if he's got a dog, because it's harder to control the dog. Good morning. Yeah, some of the folks do say good morning to you. Thank you. I like using the bell. You guys know that. All right, we gotta cross the street here. All right. There's one car, so we'll let the two cars, one on both sides. One is slowing down, the other one's still going, and this one's gonna blow right through it. The other one is slowing down for me. So we'll wave and say thank you. Yeah, some cars will slow down for you. Other cars will just blast right through it and they don't care. So you gotta watch both ways unless you want to get run over. Okay. Let's talk about stop signs here. I think I saw a comment on one of the videos from somebody, but it disappeared again by the time I got to it. You know, I don't know what's up with sometimes with YouTube. Sometimes it, you know, people make comments and then things just disappear on me before I even get a chance to respond. But I did see it, went to go to respond to it, and it was gone already. But the comment was something like, you guys don't believe in stop signs in your part of the country, right? So yeah, let me talk about that real quickly. I do typically like to stop at stop signs. It's not like I don't. But with this big bike, I've noticed that if I try to stop, I have a very good chance of falling. So I typically look both ways. If I don't see any cars, if I don't see any police officers as well, I will typically blow through those stop signs just to keep myself safe. Now, heavily trafficked areas, I will stop at those stop signs. So don't think that I don't, because I do. All right, but I think most of the times I've been on the bike with you guys watching, you probably don't see me stopping or even slowing down for stop signs. I do usually slow down. I usually hit the brake. You might not notice it sometimes, but I'll at least cover the brake with my hand, and then I'll look, and if I don't see anything, I'm not gonna stop. It's just if I did, I'll guarantee I'll be falling half the time. I've said before that the things that make you fall are usually the stops or slowing down for a turn. Yeah, that's why, like the second fall I did, I fell by trying to make a U-turn, right? So that's the reason you might see me blow off stop signs. Now, this last stop sign I just saw here, it's not your street stop sign. It's a stop sign for you know, cars that might come by on that parking lot area. But if there's no cars in that area, even slowing down, it's more dangerous for me. Good morning. Like I said, good morning. Yeah, there's a number of people who do say good morning to you. So, anyways, it's been a while since we've been on this path. I was on here yesterday. I didn't have my camera with me. I don't always have the camera on me, but I said, well, I'll come back one day and we'll do it again. Now, you might notice too that colors and brightnesses might change on the videos, and that's because I color balance my camera, at least the forward-facing camera facing the road. I color balance it for sunlight. So I use a gray card to do that. It's actually a gray card that I developed and actually sewed at my photography school. I have a whole bunch of those left. I should sell them. Going up a really big hill right now. And so when I color balance it for sunlight and we go into dark areas like this in the shade, it's going to throw the color off. All right. Now I could leave it on auto white balance, which many people do, but then the entire video is going to be off in colors. The Canon cameras do not have the best color balancing on auto white balance. I don't know why, but that is the case. Nikons usually do better. And I don't know how GoPros and other things do, because I don't use a GoPro. I've been a Nikon person pretty much for most of my photography career, but I do have Canon cameras as well. So this Canon G7X camera that I'm using now is what I usually use for my videos. Not the greatest for white balancing, so you have to do a custom white balance. But again, you've got to pick and choose what lighting you're in. And of course, if I'm on bright sun, it's going to look okay because that's what I balanced it to. But if we go into these shaded areas, the colors are going to get thrown off. So that's the reason why you might see colors shifting. Because if we're in forest preserves, obviously we have a lot of shade in here. One of the reasons I picked this for this morning is because today is going to be extremely hot. It's going to be in the 90s. I'm out early in the morning because I don't want to hit that hard, heavy sun and heat. But that also means my color balance might be off this time. Thank you. So I've been doing a lot of throttling so far. I don't know how long I'll be out on the trail today, so I'm not that concerned about battery life right now, because I'll probably be back home before battery goes. Still, it's good to have you guys along. Yesterday when I was riding this by myself and nothing to record and not talking, yeah, it was kind of boring. Kind of miss having you guys on there with me. Of course, when people pass you and they see you talking to yourself, they don't recognize the cameras and all that stuff, so they might think you're just talking to yourself. All right, we are at the end of this trail unless we go onto a major street, so I'm gonna just turn around. All right, while we're at it, let me go and turn off the camera and start it back up again. We have a time limit and might as well do it now. All right, I'm back. Adjust my camera here a little bit. Yeah, I think the color balance is gonna look way off on this video. Might look a little too bluish. I don't know, maybe I can correct it somehow, but it varies too much. All right. Now I got a debate when I'm back on this trail and back out again. Do I go to the main forest preserve or do I just ride this trail back and forth? I don't know. We'll see. All right, so we have a couple bike riders ahead of me. We'll leave them ahead of me. I'm not going to pass them. Now, we had a major hill going up to get up to this point. We're heading down the hill now, and there's a point where it goes down really fast, and of course you need to brake on that. You don't want to just blast through there because there are kind of blind spots. So if you do that, you could end up hitting somebody. All right, one thing I did remember to do, I did put the chapstick on. Sometimes you see me do weird things with my mouth. I'll do this. You'll see that. And that's only because I'm drying out inside my mouth, and of course my lips dry out too. So apologize if you see stuff like that. I had debated whether I wanted to just edit all that out, but then I'd be turning on and off the video all the time. It's too much of a headache. You guys are used to me by now anyway, so it doesn't really matter, right? Sometimes I like having people in front of me because then we have something to watch. And they should be doing pretty good because we're going to go down this hill now. Yeah, I can see the end of the hill. I can see the fall off. Alright, and they give you a little warning here. It just says slow curve ahead. Actually, the curve isn't slow. They want you to slow. An interesting thing is whenever I see people on the wrong side of the street or the wrong side of the path, you know, she's walking up on the right side, this guy's walking on the right side. Morning. He should be on the opposite side like these ladies. So as a bike rider, you have to dodge people sometimes. Okay. Alright, now we're back out in the bright sun, so our colors should look better. But it won't last long because we'll be back in the forest again. We lost them. And again, that was the stop sign that we talked about earlier. Anyways, I watched the video kind of telling you how to conserve your battery. And one of the techniques is to throttle up or to pedal and then just coast. So you pedal for a while, then you coast. You pedal a little and then you coast. Or you throttle and then you coast, whichever way. But this is a lot of up and downs with the hills. I think this eats into your batteries quite a bit. Really, without the throttle, I couldn't do the hills. My knees wouldn't have enough strength to do it. Nice cool breeze today, even though it's going to be extremely hot. In the sun, you feel the warmth. Without the sun, nice cool breeze. And you notice too that I don't talk very loud sometimes. That's because if I see other people around, I don't like screaming out. Just keep it nice and quiet. I also don't play my Bluetooth speaker when I'm riding with you guys. Although I do usually play it when I'm not with you guys. So you might ask, what do I play on the Bluetooth speaker? Well, I have a micro SD card in there that has WAV files of the Russ's Right music. Yeah, these are cover songs that I've done. If you haven't heard the Russ's Right music, I'll leave in the description below a link to the music that you can watch or listen to on SoundCloud. It's also on YouTube. Alright, we're out of the forest area. So now we gotta decide how else are we going to go. And I think we will cross this path Now you'll see that I will stop at something like this because we don't want to get killed on the street. And there's no cars. This intersection actually has a crosswalk for people using the path. You push the button, it starts blinking lights, and cars are supposed to stop. Now I've seen cars blast through that even. So just because they have the crosswalk and the lights doesn't mean cars are going to stop for you. You gotta always watch out. Is any of these paths starting to look familiar to you? Morning. Yeah, bugs do fly into your face. I get a number of them. I've also run across spider webs, which I don't know how that happens sometimes, but yeah, there's spider webs sometimes. Sometimes you get the head nod. You may not get an actual good morning. That's perfectly okay too. A little bumpy. You guys like these trails better than the street? Let me know. Or do you like the streets better? Let me know. Morning. All right. Going back over the narrow bridge. We are back to the area where we started. I always feel better when I'm near water. Off to the left side of me is a bunch of water. And again, I don't think it's a lake or anything. I think it's just like a retention pond or something. Morning. A lot more people out today. People doing their morning routine, walking along, riding, running, walking babies, walking dogs, you name it, they're doing it. Alright, so now I'm going to debate whether I'm going to keep this video going, bring you to the other part of the forest preserves, or say our goodbyes. Let me know too if you think the videos are too long. Sometimes I begin to wonder if it's too long. Now, obviously my rides go even longer than that, so I do cut off a lot of it. I mean, you don't want to sit out there with an hour-and-a-half ride with me. We did it once. I just wanted to see how that would work. But we will never do it that long again. This hill. Yeah, going up a hill like this would be hard on a regular bike. Alright, which way should we go? Let's go left. So anyways, let me know. If you think the videos are too long, let me know. If you think the videos should be longer, let me know. I try my best to keep it at least 2 of the 16-minute segments, which would be bringing us to about 32 minutes maximum. I try my best not to go past that. Some of them are shorter, of course, depending on how the editing went, or whether I decided to cut it off early. I don't think videos should really be more than the 30 minutes at all. So, yeah, let me know. A lot of times too, when I'm passing people, I will usually just use the throttle because I find that easier to control the bike. Then you don't have to think about pedaling and steering and making sure you don't run into people, you know. So, all right, I think what I'm gonna do this time around is when we come close to our 16-minute time, I will say goodbye. Got a few more minutes though. Off in this area, they have tennis courts, and I've noticed that if you watch, you'll see them do tennis lessons and stuff over here. Some people are just playing, but sometimes they actually have lessons. Alright, we got a few more minutes, but I'm going to bring you out on the street a little bit here. This street is a shared road for bikes and cars. So cars should be familiar with seeing bikes on it. But again, I never trust it. Still got to watch out. Alright, anyways, I appreciate you guys following along today. If you like the video, hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button, and I will talk to you guys next time.